Welcome to Ground Zero. The world of cinema is vast and filled with moments that stay with us forever. It is more than just entertainment. It is a shared journey through the human experience. Today we are facing the ultimate cinematic challenge, a countdown of the 100 films you simply have to see. These are the pictures that defined generations and changed the art form itself. This is not just a list, it is a map to understanding the very soul of filmmaking. We have debated and ranked these essential classics. Prepare your watch list. Let's get to our rankings. Coming in at number 100, we have The Revenant. Under the direction of Alejandro G. Inarritu, this frontier epic presents a harrowing tale of survival set against the vast, unforgiving wilderness of the 16th century. It is a cinematic feat of immersion, anchored by Leonardo DiCaprio's grueling performance as Hugh Glass, a frontiersman betrayed and left to navigate the brutal elements. Hugh Glass endures a brutal bear mauling, a visceral sequence that defies cinematic boundaries. Despite his grievous condition, he embarks on a relentless path of vengeance against those who abandoned him, specifically the calculating John Fitzgerald, brought to life with chilling intensity by Tom Hardy. The narrative strips away comfort, focusing purely on the raw instinct required to traverse the snowy terrain and seek justice. This film stands as a monumental achievement in cinematography, with Emmanuel Lubezki's camera work capturing the raw beauty of the natural world. The performance from DiCaprio is legendary, pushing physical boundaries to convey a desperate will to survive. It remains a profound look at the human spirit, solidifying its place as an unforgettable entry in the genre of historical survival dramas. Coming in at number 99, we have The Lives of Others. Set within the cold walls of East Berlin, this gripping thriller chronicles the meticulous work of a Stasi agent. Ulrich Muhu delivers a chillingly precise performance as the officer tasked with monitoring a celebrated playwright, Sebastian Koch, and his lover, Martina Gedeck. The surveillance reveals a life of artistic freedom that conflicts with the agent's rigid ideology. As the listening continues, the officer finds himself drawn into the emotional world of his targets. Ulrich Tucker plays his superior with intimidating authority, adding pressure to the agent's growing internal conflict. It is a profound examination of the human spirit under oppression. Through a stunning narrative of awakening, the film demonstrates how empathy can dismantle the walls of a police state. The performances create a timeless story about the cost of truth and the resilience of conscience. Coming in at number 98, we have There Will Be Blood. Paul Thomas Anderson crafts a haunting historical epic set in the early 20th century. It follows Daniel Plainview, a silver miner turned oil prospector driven by insatiable ambition. The opening 10 minutes feature almost no dialogue, yet they establish a chilling portrait of a man willing to endure great pain for profit. Plainview, aided by his son Hatru, travels to oil-rich California. He presents a trustworthy family man image to swindle landowners out of their valuable properties. His ruthless ascent brings him into conflict with local preacher Eli Sunday. Paul Dano provides a fiery counterpoint to Daniel Day-Lewis, creating a tense and slow-burning feud rooted in greed. The direction is masterful, supported by stunning cinematography and a thunderous score that builds a mesmerizing atmosphere. Daniel Day-Lewis delivers a performance of immense power that defines the film. This is a study of how wealth rots a person from the inside out. It remains a haunting masterpiece that demands repeat viewings to fully appreciate its thematic depth. Coming in at number 97, we have Amadeus. This drama explores the intense rivalry between the gifted but reserved court composer Antonio Salieri and the chaotic musical genius Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. F. Murray Abraham delivers a commanding performance as the envious Salieri, perfectly contrasting with Tom Hulce's energetic portrayal of the young master. The film transports us to the opulent yet ruthless world of the 1700s. The narrative unfolds through Salieri's recollection as he reflects on his history with the prodigy. We witness the friction born from Mozart's hedonistic lifestyle, clashing with Salieri's disciplined existence. This clash of character creates a palpable tension as the court becomes a stage for their psychological chess match, orchestrated with a brilliant score that defines the era. Winner of multiple Academy Awards, including Best Picture, this film stands as a towering achievement in cinema. It captures the mystery of artistic creation and the crushing weight of jealousy. The performances remain unmatched, creating a historical portrait that feels timeless in its exploration of human emotion. It is a story of artistic brilliance that continues to captivate audiences. Coming in at number 96, we have Gran Torino. In this powerful drama, Clint Eastwood stars as Walt Kowalski, a Korean War veteran returning to a neighborhood transformed by new cultures. His prized possession remains a classic Ford, representing a bygone era of American muscle. The story ignites when a quiet Hmong teen, played by B. Vang, attempts to take that classic car. Eastwood's character, initially full of disdain, finds himself mentoring the youth. Supported by Ani Her as the bold Sister Sue, Kowalski begins to forge an unexpected bond. As danger encroaches on their block, Kowalski's protective instincts take over, forcing him to face his own history and prejudices. It stands as a profound look at redemption and unlikely heroism, showcasing a legendary performance that explores the true meaning of sacrifice and courage. Coming in at number 95, we have Pan's Labyrinth. Set in post-Civil War Spain, this dark fantasy masterpiece follows young Avelia into a decaying world of brutality. Venturing through a mysterious maze, Ophelia encounters the enigmatic Fawn. To claim her birthright, she must overcome terrifying tests against the cruel Capitan Vidal. Pan's Labyrinth stands as a monumental achievement. It blends practical effects with a gripping narrative, earning Academy Awards for cinematography and art direction. Coming in at number 94, we have The Martian. Ridley Scott delivers a masterclass in hard science fiction, anchored by Matt Damon's charismatic performance as botanist Mark Watney. Stranded on the Red Planet, his survival narrative is equal parts tension and wonder, featuring stellar support from Jessica Chastain and Jeff Daniels. Following a catastrophic storm, Watney is presumed dead and left behind by his crew. Utilizing his botanical expertise and sheer ingenuity, he cultivates life within the hostile environment. The film masterfully balances his solitary struggle with the coordinated efforts of mission control to bring him home. This film stands as a triumphant celebration of human intellect and resilience. It demonstrates that even in the vast emptiness of space, problem-solving and determination can overcome insurmountable odds. The result is a breathtaking and endlessly rewatchable adventure that remains a modern classic. Coming in at number 93, we have Blade Runner. Director Ridley Scott crafts a definitive vision of the future, set in a rain-slicked neon-soaked metropolis. This film defines the cyberpunk aesthetic with its oppressive atmosphere and stunning design. Harrison Ford plays Rick Deckard, a burnt-out Blade Runner tasked with hunting replicants. His primary target is the formidable Roy Batty, played chillingly by Rutger Hauer. The investigation introduces Rachel, a unique creation who challenges Deckard's perception of reality. The core question remains profound: what truly defines a soul? We see memories, empathy, and the desperate desire for more time, separating the artificial from the authentic. Its haunting visuals and philosophical weight secure its legacy as a cinematic masterpiece. Coming in at number 92, we have Once Upon a Time in the West. Sergio Leone crafts a symphony of silence and sound. Ennio Morricone's score guides us through the dying breath of the frontier. Claudia Cardinal arrives as a woman seeking a new future, only to find herself caught in a deadly crossfire. She faces the ruthless Henry Fonda, the bandit Jason Robards, and the mysterious Charles Bronson. With stunning vistas and long, tense silences, this film remains a masterclass in atmosphere. Leone utilizes extreme close-ups to heighten the drama of every standoff. It stands as a towering achievement in the genre. Coming in at number 91, we have The Big Lebowski. This film follows Jeffrey Lebowski, known simply as the Dude, a bowler who loves White Russians. When thugs mistake him for a millionaire and destroy his rug, he is drawn into a chaotic mystery. Jeff Bridges delivers a legendary, laid-back performance as the ultimate slacker hero. Seeking compensation for his rug, the Dude recruits his friend Walter, played brilliantly by John Goodman. Their simple plan spirals into a web of kidnapping plots, nihilists, and eccentric artists. Steve Buscemi adds heart as the frequently overlooked Donnie, while the journey becomes a hilarious, labyrinthine detective story. More than a movie, this is a cult philosophy on screen. It champions the art of simply enduring the chaos. The Dude's desire to just abide stands in stark contrast to the fanatics around him. With unforgettable support from Julianne Moore and Philip Seymour Hoffman, this film remains a timeless celebration of cool detachment. Coming in at number 90, we have Logan. Set against a desolate future, this film portrays a weary Hugh Jackman delivering a career-defining performance. He cares for a fading Patrick Stewart, their spirits burdened by a world that has moved on. Their fragile isolation shatters with the arrival of a young mutant played by Daphne Keane, pursued by relentless forces. This unexpected arrival reignites old instincts. Jackman must rally his strength for one final, savage run to protect what comes next. It stands as a visceral, elegiac western that redefined the comic book genre. Powered by raw acting from Jackman and Stewart, it is a brutal yet tender masterpiece. The film closes a legendary chapter with profound, heartbreaking dignity. Coming in at number 89, we have the Grand Budapest Hotel, set in a fictional republic of Zubroka. The film follows a legendary concierge named Gustav, played with perfect comedic timing by Ray Fiennes. He mentors a young lobby boy, Zero, portrayed by Tony Revolori, in a world of opulent hospitality and secret societies that stands in stark contrast to the encroaching darkness of war. The narrative ignites when Gustav inherits a priceless Renaissance painting from a wealthy client. This act draws the ire of her villainous son, Dmitri, expertly played by Adrian Brody, who frames Gustav for murder. The story transforms into a frantic chase as Gustav and Zero flee, battling the ruthless henchman Jopling, a menacing presence brought to life by Willem Dafoe. Beneath the vibrant confectionery visuals lies a profound lament for a civilized world destroyed by fascism. The film celebrates the power of memory, using storytelling to preserve a lost era of elegance and principle. Mung Gustav represents this bygone time, a figure who sustained the illusion of his world with marvelous grace, leaving a lasting legacy of visual artistry and deep sentiment. Coming in at number 88, we have Iron Man. This film marks a pivotal shift in modern cinema, introducing a charismatic yet flawed genius. Robert Downey Jr. delivers a career-defining performance as the lead, capturing a sharp wit that makes the character unforgettable. We witness a billionaire weapons manufacturer forced to confront the destruction he creates, setting a new standard for superhero storytelling. Following a devastating attack, Tony Stark is held captive in a desert cave. Teaming up with the brilliant Yinsen, he utilizes his engineering genius to forge a unique weaponized suit of armor. This sequence highlights the raw grit and intellect required to survive, leading to a spectacular escape that changes his destiny forever. The supporting cast elevates the narrative significantly. Terrence Howard and Jeff Bridges provide formidable presence, while Gwyneth Paltrow shines as Pepper Potts, grounding the chaos with intelligence and wit. This dynamic cast brings a human element to the high-tech spectacle. The film stands as a monumental achievement that ignited a franchise and redefined what a comic book adaptation could achieve. Coming in at number 87, we have Oldboy. This iconic thriller from director Park Chan-wook is a masterclass in tension and style. The narrative centers on Oh Dae-soo, delivered with raw intensity by Choi Min-sik. His performance captures a man unmoored by time and trauma. After 15 years of mysterious confinement, Dae-soo is suddenly released. He is given 5 days to uncover the truth behind his capture. His quest for answers leads him to the enigmatic Lee Woo-jin, played with chilling precision by Yoo Ji-tae. Their confrontation promises a collision of wills. Oldboy stands as a pillar of modern cinema, defined by its unforgettable narrative and striking visuals. The film explores themes of obsession and consequence with unflinching resolve. It remains a haunting journey that stays with the viewer long after the credits roll. A true landmark. Coming in at number 86, we have Top Gun Maverick. Tom Cruise returns as the legendary Pete Maverick Mitchell, an aviator who refuses to be grounded. He pushes experimental aircraft to their absolute limits, proving that the pilot is still more vital than any machine. Forced back to the academy, he trains a detachment of elite graduates for an impossible mission. The stakes skyrocket when he must guide Lieutenant Bradley, Rooster Bradshaw, the son of his fallen wingman. Maverick confronts the ghosts of his past while preparing them for the deadly flight, with Tom Cruise delivering a powerful performance and Val Kilmer returning as Admin. Iceman, the sequel honors the original while soaring higher. It is a testament to courage, legacy, and the human spirit against the odds. This is cinematic excellence that demands the big screen. Coming in at number 85, we have Full Metal Jacket. Stanley Kubrick delivers a brutal look at the psychological cost of combat. This film exposes the dehumanizing process of war through a stark narrative structure. It begins in the oppressive heat of Paris Island, where Arlie Ermey delivers a legendary performance as Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. He shatters the innocence of young recruits, turning them into hardened killing machines ready for the slaughterhouse of war. The film follows the recruits into the chaotic street fighting of Vietnam. Matthew Modine shines as Private Joker, a cynical journalist wearing a peace symbol on his helmet. He navigates the battlefield with dark humor amidst the carnage. Alongside him, Adam Baldwin portrays the terrifying animal mother, representing the ultimate byproduct of this military machine. They confront the psychological cost of violence and the blurred lines of morality in a war where survival is the only victory. This is a masterclass in tension and thematic exploration. Kubrick's precise direction creates a chilling atmosphere that stays with the viewer long after the credits roll. Featuring an unforgettable performance by Vincent D'Onofrio as the tragic Private Pyle, the film remains a definitive statement on the horrors of the 60s conflict. It stands as a stark, powerful examination of how young men are forged and broken by war. Coming in at number 84, we have 2001: A Space Odyssey. Director Stanley Kubrick crafts an epic drama of adventure and exploration. From the dawn of humanity to the vastness of the stars, the film uses groundbreaking visual design and classical music to explore our place in the universe. When a mysterious monolith is found on the moon, Dr. Heywood Floyd leads a mission to investigate. Keir Dullea and Gary Lockwood face a voyage jeopardized by HAL 9000, a sentient supercomputer voiced by Douglas Rain. The tension builds as the crew questions the machine's logic. Through breathtaking cinematography, the film questions the role of technology and evolution. It remains a pinnacle of the genre, rewarding patience with unforgettable imagery. Stanley Kubrick directed this masterpiece, which stands as a supreme achievement in cinematic history. Coming in at number 83, we have Seven Samurai. This monumental journey through the heart of feudal Japan is an unmatched spectacle of suspense. In response to the village's plea, the stoic Kanbei emerges from adversity. He assembles a band of warriors to train the terrified populace. The film explores the deep interplay of loyalty and community solidarity. Kurosawa crafts a visual masterpiece that transcends time. Coming in at number 82, we have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This chapter marks the powerful conclusion to a generation-defining saga. As Voldemort seizes ultimate power, Daniel Radcliffe leads the final charge, supported by Emma Watson and Rupert Grint. The atmosphere is thick with urgency and sacrifice, setting the stage for a breathtaking finale. The desperate hunt for Horcruxes culminates at the sprawling fortress of Gringotts and the iconic corridors of Hogwarts. A tense heist involving a ferocious dragon and a goblin betrayal keeps hearts racing. Meanwhile, the true loyalties of Severus Snape, portrayed by Alan Rickman, are tested in the fire of battle. Every spell cast echoes with the weight of history as the castle becomes a battleground, led by the menacing presence of Ralph Fiennes. The final confrontation is inevitable. It all ends here, uniting the past and future of the Wizarding Realm in a truly legendary resolution. Coming in at number 81, we have Prisoners. Set against a bleak Pennsylvania backdrop, this thriller captures the sheer desperation of a parent. Hugh Jackman delivers a raw, visceral performance as Keller Dover, a survivalist father whose daughter vanishes. Every moment matters as the initial hope of a quick resolution fades, setting a tone of unrelenting dread. With the police investigation led by a determined Jake Gyllenhaal hitting a wall, Jackman takes matters into his own hands. He abducts the prime suspect, subjecting him to brutal interrogation in a desperate bid for answers. This clash between a father's rage and the law's limits drives the film, exploring how far one might go when hope is gone. Directed by Denis Villeneuve, the film constructs a haunting moral labyrinth that challenges the viewer at every turn. It asks profound questions about justice, retribution, and the darkness that can hide within a community. This is a gripping, heavy-hitting examination of the human condition, proving that the search for truth can become its own inescapable cage. Coming in at number 80, we have Heat. This defining crime saga was crafted by the legendary Michael Mann. It features an unforgettable matchup between Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Their intense rivalry brings a raw authenticity to the gritty streets of Los Angeles. Obsessive thief Neil McCauley leads a skilled crew on daring heists. He is pursued by Lieutenant Vincent Hanna, who never rests. Val Kilmer adds intensity to the crew as Chris Shaherless. The film features one of the most realistic shootouts ever filmed. Heat remains a masterclass in tension and realism. Mann's direction sets a standard that many have tried to copy. The powerhouse performances create a portrait of obsession. This work stands as a monumental achievement in the crime genre. Coming in at number 79, we have A Clockwork Orange. Director Stanley Kubrick transports us to a dystopian Britain ruled by ultraviolence. Malcolm McDowell stars as Alex, a charismatic sociopath leading his droogs on destructive sprees. After a betrayal, Alex finds himself at the mercy of the state. The authorities subject him to an invasive behavioral modification technique designed to cure his violent urges. His will is systematically broken. Kubrick creates a unique viewing experience that remains influential today. McDowell's fearless performance anchors a story about free will and authority. The film blends shocking imagery with a pulsing soundtrack, standing as a bold exploration of morality. Coming in at number 78, we have Rear Window. Confined to a wheelchair, a professional photographer, James Stewart, finds amusement in observing the private dramas unfolding across his courtyard. His routine changes when he believes he witnesses a murder. With the elegant support of Grace Kelly and the witty observations of his nurse, Thelma Ritter, his curiosity turns into a consuming investigation. Director Alfred Hitchcock crafts a claustrophobic masterpiece where the camera acts as a voyeur. The film uses a confined setting to build unbearable tension, watching Lisa Fremont Grace Kelly take risks to uncover the truth. The narrative explores how observation changes the observer, turning a passive hobby into a dangerous game. The film remains a supreme study of suspense and human nature. It features a legendary ensemble cast, including Wendell Corey and Raymond Burr, bringing this mystery to life. It is a timeless warning about the cost of curiosity, proving that what we see from a distance is often more dangerous than it appears. Coming in at number 77, we have Dune Part 2. This epic continues the journey of Paul Atreides as he unites with the Fremen. Timothée Chalamet delivers a captivating performance, finding his footing amidst the desert sands. Zendaya shines as Chani, grounding the narrative with fierce loyalty and emotional depth. Guided by Rebecca Ferguson and Javier Bardem, Paul embraces his destiny to avenge his family. They confront the Harkonnens, led by the menacing Austin Butler. Director Denis Villeneuve orchestrates massive sandworm sequences and high-stakes political maneuvering with stunning visual precision and masterful control. This saga explores the heavy cost of power and the burden of prophecy. The narrative subverts the chosen one trope with complex themes of destiny and sacrifice. It stands as a monumental achievement in modern filmmaking, solidifying the franchise's place in cinematic history. Coming in at number 76, we have Amélie. Jean-Pierre Jeunet crafts a visually stunning ode to Paris and the quiet magic of everyday existence. With a career-defining performance from Audrey Tautou, the film captures a whimsical soul that feels both intimate and grand. The narrative follows a shy waitress who discovers a hidden talent for orchestrating joy in the lives of those around her. Her path crosses with the charming Nino Quincampoy, played with endearing awkwardness by Matthew Kassovitz, prompting a journey of self-discovery. Celebrated for its vibrant cinematography and unmistakable score, this modern classic remains a heartfelt testament to courage and connection. It stands as a towering achievement in world cinema, inviting every viewer to find their own extraordinary story within the ordinary. Coming in at number 75, we have Snatch. A sprawling crime comedy that weaves together the London underworld with breathless energy. We follow Turkish and Tommy, small-time promoters caught in the crosshairs of the ruthless crime boss Bricktop, played menacingly by Alan Ford. The film also tracks a priceless stolen diamond moving through the hands of gangsters and thieves. The narrative explodes when a bare-knuckle boxing match goes sideways. Jason Statham delivers his signature sharp wit, while Brad Pitt steals scenes as the incomprehensible Irish traveler fighter Mickey O'Neill. A botched robbery and a stolen diamond draw in American Gangster AV and a cast of incompetent criminals, setting off a frantic chase where luck matters more than any plan. The film operates like a chaotic machine where random accidents dictate destiny. It explores how greed and the pursuit of quick wealth are constantly thwarted by chance and stupidity. With a legendary ensemble cast including Stephen Graham and Robbie Gee, this story proves that in a world of violent unpredictability, control is just an illusion. It remains a masterclass in British crime storytelling. Coming in at number 74, we have Oppenheimer. This monumental film from director Christopher Nolan examines the immense weight carried by J. Robert Oppenheimer. It captures his journey from visionary physicist to the director of the Manhattan Project. Cillian Murphy delivers a haunting, intense portrayal, anchoring a sprawling ensemble cast that includes Matt Damon and Robert Downey Jr. The narrative traverses the dusty isolation of Los Alamos to the high court hearings of the 60s. We witness the creation of a world-changing weapon and the toll it extracts. Robert Downey Jr. shines as the calculating Lewis Strauss, adding a layer of tense political maneuvering to the raw scientific endeavor. Ultimately, this is a profound exploration of responsibility and conscience. It questions the true cost of genius and power without spoiling the narrative arc. It stands as a stunning achievement in cinema, capturing a pivotal moment in history. The world forever changes, echoing the film's powerful tagline. Coming in at number 73, we have Deadpool. This film shattered the mold of the traditional superhero story. Ryan Reynolds delivers a magnetic performance as Wade Wilson, a mercenary with a razor-sharp wit. Embracing a truly R-rated aesthetic, it offered a chaotic and hilarious, fresh perspective on the genre. After a rogue experiment grants him accelerated healing but leaves him disfigured, Wade adopts the Deadpool persona. His quest for retribution takes him across the city, targeting the man responsible, Ajax. With support from T.J. Miller and Morena Baccarin, the film serves up kinetic action and relentless sarcasm. Directed by Tim Miller, the production brought the comic's carnage to life with inventive choreography. It stands as a bold celebration of anti-hero storytelling, proving that audiences were ready for something edgy. This film remains a defining moment for the genre, a chaotic triumph that truly felt like a breath of fresh air. Coming in at number 72, we have Spider-Man: No Way Home. Peter Parker's life is shattered when his secret identity is exposed. Seeking normalcy for his friends, he turns to Doctor Strange. A botched spell tears open reality, bringing forth unexpected threats. This chapter sees Tom Holland facing his darkest hour, supported by Zendaya and Benedict Cumberbatch. The multiverse unleashes chaos as villains from other realities invade. Peter, MJ, and Ned Leeds must contain the breach. They confront formidable foes like Electro and Dr. Octopus. The stakes escalate dramatically, forcing a test of will. Holland delivers a powerful performance as he grapples with what it truly means to be a hero. Ultimately, the film delivers a profound lesson on responsibility and sacrifice. It explores the heavy cost of heroism. Peter learns that saving the world often requires giving up personal happiness. This emotional conclusion cements the film as a defining entry in the franchise, celebrating the character's resilience and ultimate maturity. Coming in at number 71, we have Titanic. James Cameron's epic romance is a breathtaking voyage through the early 20th century. It follows a spirited young Rose, played by Kate Winslet, who finds liberation from high society constraints in the arms of a free-spirited artist, portrayed by Leonardo DiCaprio. Their powerful chemistry elevates this grand story of class and connection. Set against the magnificent backdrop of the legendary liner, the narrative explores the rigid social structures of the time. Billy Zane delivers a chilling performance as Rose's controlling fiancé, providing formidable opposition to the couple's bond. The film perfectly captures the tension between the ship's immaculate first-class decks and the vibrant energy of the steerage. More than a romance, this is a monumental cinematic achievement. Kathy Bates shines as the unforgettable Molly Brown, adding wit and heart. The technical mastery and sweeping score create a timeless and emotionally resonant piece of filmmaking that continues to capture imaginations. It remains a monumental testament to the power of cinema to transport audiences. Coming in at number 70, we have Taxi Driver. This gritty portrait of urban alienation follows Travis Bickle, a Vietnam veteran suffering from insomnia. Robert De Niro delivers a haunting performance as the cabbie who roams the neon-soaked streets, documenting the city's decay in a private journal. Isolation pushes Travis toward redemption. He attempts a courtship with the beautiful Betsy, played by Sybil Shepherd, but lacks the social grace to connect. He also encounters the young Iris, portrayed by Jodie Foster, a child forced into the streets by the manipulative sport, played by Harvey Keitel. With the legendary Peter Boyle offering advice in the cab, Travis' mental state continues to deteriorate. The film stands as a masterclass in tension, capturing a man's descent while searching for a purpose in a morally bankrupt environment. It remains an unforgettable psychological study. Coming in at number 69, we have Apocalypse Now. This definitive war epic charts a surreal journey deep into the heart of darkness during the Vietnam conflict. Martin Sheen stars as Captain Willard, an intelligence officer tasked with a secret mission to hunt down a renegade commander. The mission takes Willard upriver on a Navy patrol boat, crewed by Frederick Forrest and Albert Hall. As they venture further from civilization, they encounter the legendary Lieutenant Colonel Kilgore and witness the madness of the front lines. The atmosphere grows increasingly hallucinatory as the target draws closer. Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Bottoms deliver intensity as the crew faces the unknown. The journey culminates in a legendary confrontation with the enigmatic Colonel Kurtz, played with terrifying gravity by Marlon Brando. It remains a haunting masterpiece about the thin line separating order from primal chaos. Coming in at number 68, we have Die Hard. This film redefined the action genre set during a holiday party. Bruce Willis provides a grounded performance as John McClane, a weary NYPD cop visiting estranged wife Bonnie Bedelia at her high-rise workplace. When terrorists led by Alan Rickman seize the building, the festive atmosphere instantly evaporates. The assault turns the office tower into a battleground. Isolated and outgunned, McClane wages a solitary war against the invaders. His grit is highlighted by the villainous charm of Rickman. Reginald Velgenson provides crucial support as an officer on the street. The tension rises as the cop navigates vents and corridors to turn the odds. Die Hard stands as a masterclass in suspense. The blend of Willis' vulnerability and Rickman's cold intelligence created a blueprint for modern thrillers. It remains a benchmark for high-stakes and character-driven conflict. Its status as an enduring classic is undeniable, proving that one cop against a legion of foes is pure cinematic gold. Coming in at number 67, we have Casablanca. This timeless masterpiece transports us to a Moroccan den of intrigue. Humphrey Bogart plays the perfectly cynical Rick Blaine, a neutral figure until his past walks through the door. The atmosphere is thick with romance and the tense politics of the era. Rick's world is disrupted by the arrival of Ingrid Bergman's Ilsa Lund and resistance leader Paul Honrade. Caught between personal heartbreak and the greater good, Rick holds the key to their escape. The tension mounts under the watchful eye of Claude Rains, delivering a magnetic performance as the charming Captain Renault. The film masterfully explores themes of sacrifice and redemption. We witness a profound transformation from cynicism to idealism. It stands as a monumental achievement in cinema history, a testament to the idea that neutrality is not an option when freedom is at stake, a true essential. Coming in at number 66, we have Gone Girl. This psychological thriller explores a marriage that has curdled into resentment. When Amy Dunn vanishes from their Missouri home, the media descends. Ben Affleck stars as the husband Nick, whose public sorrow clashes with private apathy. The investigation is led by Detective Rhonda Boney, portrayed by Kim Dickens. As Nick, with the help of Tanner Bolt, played by Tyler Perry, faces the cameras, Rosamund Pike delivers a mesmerizing performance as the missing Amy. Her diary entries reveal a dark history of abuse and manipulation. The narrative twist to reveal Amy is alive. Manipulated by a former lover, Dizai, played by Neil Patrick Harris, she eventually murders him to frame her escape. The film is a scathing indictment of image and control. It stands as a haunting look at a relationship destroyed by expectation and resentment. Coming in at number 65, we have A Beautiful Mind. This drama centers on the brilliant John Nash, a mathematician destined for greatness. Russell Crowe delivers a captivating portrayal of genius, while Jennifer Connelly shines as his devoted wife Alicia, navigating the brilliance and the complex challenges of his mind. The narrative follows Nash's rise to prominence. He finds himself deep in a high-stakes cryptographic assignment that blurs the lines of reality. The film masterfully creates a web of suspense, trapping the viewer inside a reality where distinguished figures like Ed Harris and Paul Bettany challenge his every move. Ultimately, this film is a testament to the strength of the human spirit. The powerhouse performance by Christopher Plummer adds emotional weight to the journey. It stands as an inspiring story about overcoming obstacles and finding clarity through the storm, leaving a lasting mark of hope and resilience. Coming in at number 64, we have It's a Wonderful Life. This holiday classic takes us to Bedford Falls, where George Bailey, played by the legendary James Stewart, stands as a pillar of the community. Alongside the charming Donna Reed as Mary, his entire existence is a testament to selfless dedication, preventing the ruthless Mr. Potter from swallowing the town whole. A crisis on Christmas Eve threatens to shatter his world. With his business facing ruin and his spirit broken, the intervention of an angel named Clarence becomes the pivotal moment in his journey. Stewart delivers a heart-wrenching performance as George reaches his breaking point, showcasing the immense weight carried by a man who has always put others first. The film's enduring power lies in its profound message about the value of a single life. Director Frank Capra creates a timeless story demonstrating how one person's kindness creates a powerful ripple effect through an entire community. It serves as a powerful reminder that a life well lived is defined by the relationships we build and the good we do for others. Coming in at number 63, we have Mad Max Fury Road. This high-octane opera from director George Miller is set in a stark desert wasteland where humanity is broken. Tom Hardy stars as the Silent Max, a survivor captured by the tyrannical Immortan Joe. He becomes entangled with Imperator Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron, who commands a massive war rig. The film explodes into a relentless chase across the desert. Furiosa rebels against the warlord to liberate a group of enslaved women, steering the war rig through ambushes and sandstorms. Nicholas Hoult delivers a wild performance as the fanatic Nux. The visceral practical effects and stunt work create a kinetic ballet of metal and motion that feels dangerously real. The result is a masterpiece of visual storytelling and feminist themes. It revitalized the genre with its stunning cinematography and editing. By focusing on practical stunts over computer generation, it stands as a landmark of modern cinema. The future may belong to the mad, but this film belongs in any essential collection of action cinema. Coming in at number 62, we have Catch Me If You Can. This thrilling journey follows a brilliant young grifter played by Leonardo DiCaprio. Directed by a master filmmaker, the story finds its heart in the protagonist's desperate search for family. Christopher Walken provides powerful support as the father. The film serves as a dynamic portrait of an era defined by optimism and style. It is a sophisticated game of cat and mouse that is both clever and deeply human. Coming in at number 61, we have Requiem for a Dream. This psychological descent into Coney Island proves Darren Aronofsky's mastery of tension. Ellen Burstyn delivers a haunting portrait of Sarah Goldfarb, a widow chasing lost glory. She is joined by Jared Leto, Jennifer Connelly, and Marlon Wayans, whose fates intertwine in a study of desire and decay. The narrative follows four souls trapped in a cycle of dependence. Harry, Marion, and Tyrone chase a dangerous high, seeking a fortune to fund their escape. As their world shrinks, the film's inventive editing and relentless score accelerate the pulse. It portrays a harrowing journey through the devastation of addiction, gripping the audience with its raw intensity. Remaining a harrowing milestone in cinema, the film refuses to look away. It is a raw, unflinching examination of the human cost of obsession. The performances remain unforgettable, capturing the tragic beauty of their struggle. We recognize this work for its artistic bravery and technical brilliance, securing its place as a modern classic that challenges the viewer. Coming in at number 60, we have Avatar. Directed by the visionary James Cameron, this cinematic landmark transports us to the 22nd century. It introduces a paraplegic Marine, played with raw intensity by Sam Worthington, who finds a new purpose on the exotic world of Pandora. The film is a sensory masterpiece, showcasing breathtaking visuals that changed the industry forever. The narrative follows Worthington's Marine as he navigates a complex mission, interacting with the alien population through his avatar body. He encounters the formidable Neytiri, brought to life by Zoe Saldana, whose powerful performance grounds the alien culture in deep emotion. The story weaves through stunning landscapes, introducing key figures like the determined Dr. Grace Augustine, portrayed by Sigourney Weaver, and the relentless Colonel Miles Quaritch. Avatar remains a monumental achievement in filmmaking. Its groundbreaking use of 3D technology created an immersive experience that audiences still praise. The film's celebration of nature and its themes of corporate greed versus natural preservation struck a powerful chord worldwide. James Cameron crafted more than just a movie. He built a universe that continues to inspire wonder and discussion. Coming in at number 59, we have Guardians of the Galaxy. This vibrant space opera follows Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt. He steals a mysterious orb, igniting a galaxy-wide manhunt. To survive, he assembles an unlikely team, caught between the ruthless Ronin, portrayed by Lee Pace, and galactic authorities. The team includes Zoe Saldana as Gamora, a deadly assassin with a complex past, and Dave Bautista as Drax, a warrior driven by vengeance. Their ranks also feature the voice work of Bradley Cooper as Rocket and Vin Diesel as the stoic Groot. Initially strangers, they form an uneasy alliance to handle the dangerous artifact. Their journey becomes a profound exploration of found family, uniting individuals defined by deep loss. They must put aside selfish motives to stop the orb's destructive power from being abused. It is a story about how broken people can forge powerful bonds and choose to stand together against ultimate destruction. Coming in at number 58, we have V for Vendetta. In a dystopian future Britain, a fascist regime maintains absolute control. From the shadows emerges a masked vigilante known only as V. Hugo Weaving, delivers a commanding performance behind the iconic Guy Fawkes mask, bringing a theatrical and menacing energy to this revolutionary figure. V orchestrates a series of bold attacks against the state's symbols and leadership. After rescuing a young woman named Evie, played by Natalie Portman, he finds a crucial ally in his crusade. Together, they challenge a society built on fear and surveillance, as V guides Evie through a harrowing journey of awakening and transformation. The film champions the power of ideas to inspire change. It explores themes of individual liberty versus an oppressive state. Anchored by strong performances from Stephen Rea and John Hurt, the story serves as a powerful reminder that true power lies with the people. The central message remains timeless: governments should fear their people. Coming in at number 57, we have Scarface. This film unleashes the ferocious Tony Montana, a role Al Pacino plays with unforgettable intensity. Arriving in America with nothing, his burning desire for power sets a bloody course through the Miami underworld, marking the start of a violent legend. Tony builds an empire through vicious brutality, earning the hatred of rival cartels and the police. Michelle Pfeiffer shines as the icy Elvira, a prize in his obsessive quest. His paranoia and substance abuse begin to fracture his control, threatening to destroy the very kingdom he has built. Ultimately, Scarface stands as a savage critique of the American dream. The story serves as a timeless warning against unchecked greed and the isolation found at the top of the criminal world. It remains a powerful, iconic tale of ambition, power, and the inevitable cost of excess. Coming in at number 56, we have The Sixth Sense. Bruce Willis plays Malcolm Crowe, a child psychologist reeling from a professional failure. He attempts to help a young patient, Vincent Gray, but the night ends in violence. Racked with guilt, Malcolm later meets a quiet boy named Cole Sear. Haley Joel Osment delivers an iconic performance as Cole, who carries a terrifying burden. He confesses to Malcolm that he sees dead people wandering the earth. Rather than dismissing the boy, Malcolm helps Cole navigate these frightening encounters, suggesting he might be able to help them resolve their unfinished business. With Toni Collette grounding the film as Cole's mother, this story becomes a profound exploration of grief and listening. It frames its spirits not as threats, but as lost souls needing closure. This psychological ghost story remains a masterful lesson in empathy and the power of the unseen. Coming in at number 55, we have Psycho. This masterpiece from director Alfred Hitchcock redefined the thriller genre in the 60s. It follows a larcenous clerk named Marion Crane, portrayed by Janet Leigh, whose impulsive decision leads her down a dark path. Her journey ends at the secluded Bates Motel, a place that hides terrifying secrets. At the heart of this establishment is the nervous yet charming proprietor, Norman Bates, played by Anthony Perkins. His unsettling relationship with his housebound mother creates an atmosphere thick with dread. Hitchcock constructs a narrative of moral consequence, where a simple wrong turn leads to inescapable chaos. With its sharp violin stings and masterful camera work, this film set the standard for cinematic terror. It remains a towering achievement in film history. The performances, particularly Perkins' fragile portrayal of a tormented soul, continue to mesmerize new generations of cinema lovers. Coming in at number 54, we have Jurassic Park. Visionary director Steven Spielberg transports us to an island sanctuary where the impossible becomes reality. Wealthy entrepreneur Richard Attenborough unveils a magnificent creation, but the wonders of a prehistoric age hide a dangerous truth. This film remains a definitive cinematic spectacle. The tour features skeptical experts like Sam Neill and Laura Dern, alongside the charismatic Jeff Goldblum. They witness breathtaking marvels that defy belief, but soon discover that nature cannot be contained. As security fails, the island descends into chaos, forcing the group to survive encounters far beyond their wildest nightmares. Spielberg crafts a masterpiece that blends awe with pure tension. The groundbreaking visuals still hold a majestic power that captivates a global audience. It stands as a monumental achievement in filmmaking, delivering the thrills promised by an adventure 65 million years in the making. Coming in at number 53, we have No Country for Old Men. The Coen brothers craft a stark, nihilistic vision where chance reigns supreme. It follows a hunter who finds a briefcase of cash in the desert, an error that invites a methodical storm. Josh Brolin plays the desperate Llewellyn Moss, a man whose luck runs out fast. Tommy Lee Jones brings weary authority as Sheriff Ed Tom Bell, tracking the wake of violence. The true terror is Javier Bardem's Anton Chigurh, a force of nature without mercy. With a sparse script and unbearable tension, this film operates without a safety net. The narrative strips away comfort, leaving only the cold reality of the chase. It stands as a masterful study of fate and consequence, a haunting cinematic achievement. Coming in at number 52, we have Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. This landmark adventure set sail in the 1700s. It introduced us to Johnny Depp's legendary Captain Jack Sparrow, a chaotic rogue seeking to reclaim his stolen ship, the Black Pearl. The plot ignites when the infamous Captain Barbossa, played with menacing glee by Geoffrey Rush, attacks Port Royal. He kidnaps the governor's daughter, Elizabeth Swann. A courageous blacksmith, Orlando Bloom, must join forces with Depp's eccentric pirate to mount a rescue. What follows is a swashbuckling tale of honor and supernatural intrigue. Keira Knightley shines as the spirited captive. This film masterfully blends swordplay with a ghostly curse, proving that the journey is just as thrilling as the destination. Coming in at number 51, we have Braveheart. This historical epic transports us to the 1300s, where Mel Gibson stars as William Wallace. He seeks a quiet existence with his beloved Miron, portrayed by Catherine McCormack. However, the brutal rule of King Edward, brought to life by Patrick McGoohan, violently disrupts his hopes for a peaceful life. Driven by a desire for justice, Wallace's personal fight transforms into a war for an entire nation. He emerges as a brilliant commander, inspiring his people to rise against tyranny. The film features intense, chaotic battles showcasing a raw struggle for liberty. Alongside him, figures like Robert the Bruce, played by Angus MacFadyen, navigate the shifting tides of war. Through this powerful journey, Braveheart captures the high cost of liberty. It stands as a testament to the will of the people against overwhelming odds. The performances and scope cemented its place in history. It remains an enduring story of sacrifice and the fight to truly live. Its message echoes through time. Coming in at number 50, we have Reservoir Dogs. This explosive debut introduces a squad of color-coded criminals, including Harvey Keitel as Mr. White and Steve Buscemi as Mr. Pink, converging at a warehouse after a heist turns disastrous. The film immediately establishes a tense atmosphere. Paranoia takes hold as the crew realizes there is an undercover cop among them. Mr. White and Tim Roth's Mr. Orange navigate the bloody aftermath, while Michael Madsen's Mr. Blonde brings unhinged chaos to the frantic search for the traitor. With razor-sharp dialogue and intense performances from Lawrence Tierney and Chris Penn, the film examines the fragile code of thieves. It remains a masterclass in suspense, proving that in a world of betrayal, survival often comes at the highest cost. Coming in at number 49, we have Kill Bill Volume 1, directed by the legendary Quentin Tarantino. This stylized epic tracks a former assassin known as the Bride. Portrayed with fierce determination by Uma Thurman, she awakens from a coma seeking retribution against the deadly circle that betrayed her. Led by the elusive Bill, her path of brutal justice takes her around the globe. She first confronts Vernita Green, brought to life by Vivica I. Fox, in a tense suburban showdown. The journey then leads to Tokyo, where she faces Oren Ishii, played by Lucy Liu amidst a snow-covered garden and an army of elite guards. Tarantino melds spaghetti westerns with samurai cinema, creating a unique visual language. The choreography serves as the narrative's heartbeat, transforming the quest for vengeance into a ballet of steel. The result is a masterful homage that stands as a tribute to the genre it loves. Coming in at number 48, we have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This visionary journey into the human psyche redefines the romantic drama. Joel Barish, played by Jim Carrey with surprising depth, discovers his impulsive ex-Clementine, brought to life by Kate Winslet, has medically erased him. Driven by heartbreak, he follows her lead into the unknown. The procedure sends Joel into the depths of his own subconscious. As technicians played by Mark Ruffalo and Kirsten Dunst monitor the process, Joel finds himself desperately fighting to cling to their fading history. He relives their moments in reverse, realizing too late that even the painful fragments are treasures he cannot bear to lose. Directed by Michel Gondry and written by Charlie Kaufman, this film is a haunting exploration of love and loss. It suggests that our scars define us just as much as our triumphs, with Elijah Wood and Tom Wilkinson adding to the incredible ensemble. This film stands as a masterpiece that asks what remains when everything else is gone. Coming in at number 47, we have Life is Beautiful. This film opens as a vibrant romantic comedy following the charming Roberto Benigni as Guido. He wins the heart of Nicoletta Brashti's Dora through pure wit and persistence, building a joyful family life that feels absolutely timeless. The story shifts when their Jewish heritage places them in peril during the war. Inside the camp, Guido uses his limitless imagination to protect his son. He masterfully convinces the boy that their harsh reality is just a complex game to be won. Guido's unwavering optimism becomes his ultimate act of love. He sacrifices his own safety to keep the illusion alive, shielding a child's spirit from unspeakable darkness. It is a profound testament to resilience, proving that the human spirit can triumph through creativity. Coming in at number 46, we have Good Will Hunting. This film introduces Will Hunting, a self-taught genius working as a janitor. While secretly solving complex math problems at MIT, his raw talent is discovered by Professor Gerald Lambeau. A pivotal moment arrives when Will is arrested, setting the stage for a profound transformation that challenges his entire existence. To keep Will out of jail, Lambeau arranges for him to study mathematics while attending therapy. After dismissing several professionals, Will opens up to Sean Maguire, a therapist portrayed beautifully by Robin Williams. In a South Boston setting, their sessions become a battle of wits and wills. Meanwhile, Matt Damon's Will navigates a new romance with Skylar, forcing him to face his deep-seated fears of connection. The heart of this story lies in the bond between Will and Sean, as they confront the ghosts of a difficult past. The film argues that emotional healing and trust are the ultimate measures of success. It delivers a powerful message that potential is unlocked only through vulnerability. This timeless narrative remains a defining masterpiece about the strength found in human connection. Coming in at number 45, we have The Truman Show. This film presents a brilliant Jim Carrey in a career-defining performance as Truman Burbank. He lives an idyllic existence in the peaceful town of Sea Haven, unaware that his entire existence is a televised spectacle crafted by a visionary director. The facade begins to crack when strange anomalies occur. A falling stage light and a mysterious radio broadcast ignite suspicion. With support from co-stars Laura Linney and Noah Emmerich, the narrative follows Truman as he questions the very nature of his reality and fights to break free from the invisible walls surrounding him. Directed by Peter Weir, this story remains a timeless satire on media and free will. It champions the human spirit's desire for truth over comfortable illusion. The film stands as a testament to the courage required to challenge the world presented before us, making it a truly unforgettable cinema experience. Coming in at number 44, we have Raiders of the Lost Ark. This masterpiece redefined the action genre with the return of the great adventure. Steven Spielberg directs Harrison Ford, perfect as the whip-smart Dr. Indiana Jones. Balancing his dusty professor persona with daring grit, he chases the legendary Ark of the Covenant across the globe. The race is on as Jones teams with the spirited Marion Ravenwood, played by Karen Allen. They face a ruthless Nazi operation and the rival Dr. Belloc. Every booby-trapped tomb and frantic chase pulsates with energy. The film captures a frantic race against tyranny, showcasing brilliant chemistry and relentless stakes without ever slowing down. Spielberg perfectly honors the classic serials of the 30s and 40s. The narrative balances breathtaking action with a powerful theme of faith versus skepticism. It stands as a monumental tribute to heroism. This film remains the ultimate blueprint for cinematic excitement, a perfect storm of direction, performance, and pure heart. Coming in at number 43, we have City of God. This kinetic masterpiece plunges viewers into the volatile favelas of Rio de Janeiro. Through the sharp eye of aspiring photographer Rocket, played by Alexandre Rodriguez, we witness a world pulsing with raw energy and desperation. The streets are alive with a youthful intensity that is both captivating and unforgiving. The narrative charts the diverging destinies of Rocket and the terrifying ambition of Lil Z. Leandro Firmino portrays this ruthless rising power with chilling charisma. As drug factions war for control, the film captures the casual brutality of survival. Rocket's camera becomes his shield, documenting the escalating storm of violence that defines their existence. Fernando Meirelles directs with a breathless pace, creating a sprawling tapestry of interconnecting lives. The film exposes how environment shapes fate, portraying a relentless cycle where a new generation of violence always emerges. It stands as a definitive commentary on systemic neglect and the loss of innocence, securing its place as a modern classic of street-level storytelling. Coming in at number 42, we have The Pianist. This is a haunting true survival story set in the occupied 60s Warsaw. Adrian Brody delivers a career-defining performance as the gifted Ladislas Spielman. It captures the human spirit against overwhelming odds. Forced into the city's Jewish ghetto, Spielman plays piano in a cafe to endure. When his family faces deportation, he remains behind. He works as a laborer before vanishing into the war-torn ruins to hide. Every moment is fraught with peril. We witness a solitary existence defined by silence and hunger. Amidst the rubble, a chance encounter with Captain Hosenfeld changes his path. The film stands as a monumental testament to resilience and the healing power of art. Coming in at number 41, we have The Intouchables. This celebrated French film portrays a remarkable friendship in Paris. François Cluzet portrays Philippe, an aristocrat paralyzed in a paragliding accident. Needing assistance, he hires Driss, played by Omar Sy. Sy delivers an energetic, irreverent performance that energizes the screen. It is a tale of two men from completely different worlds. Driss brings a fresh perspective and humor to the household, lacking the pity others show. He introduces Philippe to soul music and street wisdom. Philippe exposes Driss to classical music and the arts. Their chemistry creates a journey of mutual discovery that challenges social norms. It balances heartfelt emotion with comedy, showcasing how they teach one another to embrace life. The film explores themes of trust and human connection beyond circumstance. It remains a testament to the power of friendship. This movie offers an uplifting experience that stays with the viewer. It stands as a truly feel-good story. Coming in at number 40, we have American Beauty. This film peels back the curtain on suburban perfection. Kevin Spacey plays Lester Burnham, an advertising executive trapped in a soulless routine. His marriage to Annette Bening's-driven real estate agent is a hollow performance. Lester's awakening is sparked by his daughter's friend, Angela Hayes. He rebels against conformity, pursuing a raw, adolescent freedom. Meanwhile, their enigmatic neighbor Ricky Fitz, played by Wes Bentley, finds transcendent beauty in the mundane, a vision that challenges Lester's world. With sharp satire and aching vulnerability, the film exposes the emptiness of the American dream. It argues that meaning is found not in possessions, but in liberation and appreciating life's fleeting, ordinary miracles. This is a haunting, beautiful look closer at the human condition. Coming in at number 39, we have Alien. Directed by Ridley Scott, this masterpiece redefined the genre in the deep void of space. The crew of the commercial ship Nostromo answers a mysterious signal from a distant world, unknowingly inviting a nightmare aboard their vessel. A horrific assault on the crew leads to a terrifying evolution. The ensemble delivers grounded tension. Tom Skerritt and Veronica Cartwright react with genuine terror, while John Hurt delivers a truly shocking, pivotal moment. The tension builds as the unseen creature stalks the ship. Guided by Ridley Scott's vision, the atmospheric horror remains unmatched. Sigourney Weaver leads the cast with a strength that defined a generation of heroes. Alien established a legacy of high tension and design that continues to influence cinema today, standing as a monument to fear. Coming in at number 38, we have The Shining. Stanley Kubrick crafted a psychological masterpiece that transcends the genre. Jack Nicholson stars as the caretaker whose isolation slowly erodes his sanity, while Shelley Duvall delivers a performance of raw terror. The Overlook Hotel stands as a character of its own. Within the frozen confines of the Overlook, the Torrance family faces a mounting dread. Danny Lloyd carries an innocence that contrasts sharply with the growing tension surrounding his parents. Kubrick utilizes the cavernous sets and steady tracking shots to build a suffocating sense of claustrophobia that traps the audience. This film remains a study in madness and the fragility of the human mind. It demands repeated viewings to absorb its intricate details. A truly unforgettable journey into the abyss. Coming in at number 37, we have Whiplash. This film dives into the Schaffer Conservatory, a cutthroat environment where ambition burns bright. We follow Andrew Neiman, a young drummer played by Miles Teller who catches the eye of the most feared conductor. J.K. Simmons delivers a terrifying performance as Terrence Fletcher, a mentor who believes greatness is born from pain, not praise. The narrative transforms practice rooms into battlegrounds. Andrew is pushed past every physical and mental limit to secure a spot in the top studio band. Fletcher's methods are brutal, erasing any line between discipline and psychological assault. As the pressure mounts, Andrew sacrifices his well-being and relationships, driven by a hunger to be one of the greats. Whiplash operates with the pacing of a thriller, turning every performance into a high-stakes showdown. It examines the brutal cost of perfection and questions if the dismantling of the self is required for mastery. This is a powerhouse examination of the artist and the tyrant, a story that leaves audiences breathless and proves that the road to greatness can take you to the edge. Coming in at number 36, we have Parasite. This masterful film examines the collision between wealth and desperation. We follow the impoverished Kim family living in a cluttered semi-basement. Their existence changes when they infiltrate the lives of the wealthy Parks. Led by the cunning Song Kang-ho, their deception begins. Ki-woo secures a tutoring position, opening the door for his sister and others to embed themselves in the mansion. Song Kang-ho and Park So-Dam deliver brilliant performances as the scheming father and daughter. The Parks, portrayed by Lee Sundae-kyun and Cho Yo-jong, remain completely unaware of the intrusion. Bong Joon-ho crafts a flawless blend of dark comedy and high-stakes thriller. The film explores the invisible boundaries separating social classes with stunning precision. It remains a flawless achievement in cinema, earning its place as a modern classic for its depth and incredible direction. Coming in at number 35, we have The Usual Suspects. This intricate thriller examines a police lineup following a deadly massacre. Verbal Kint, played by Kevin Spacey, weaves a complex narrative for the detectives, while Gabriel Burns-Keaton adds a compelling layer of ambiguity to the group. The story unfolds through Kint's account of 5 criminals, including Stephen Baldwin and Kevin Pollak, drawn into a job by the elusive Kaiser Sose. The narrative weaves through a Los Angeles investigation, balancing the presence of Chaz Palminteri with the unfolding mystery. Film stands as a masterclass in suspense, delivering a story that demands attention until the final reel. Anchored by a transformative performance from its lead, it remains a defining entry in the mystery genre, earning its place among essential cinema. Coming in at number 34, we have Shutter Island. Under the guidance of director Martin Scorsese, this film transports us to the 60s for a chilling psychological thriller. Leonardo DiCaprio stars as U.S. Marshal Teddy Daniels. He arrives at a remote fortress for the criminally insane to find a missing patient. The atmosphere is thick with dread and mystery. Teddy's investigation is obstructed by a baffling staff, including the imposing Dr. Cawley, portrayed by Ben Kingsley, and the analytical Dr. Naring, played by Max von Sydow. Mark Ruffalo joins as his inquisitive partner. As a massive hurricane hits, Teddy's troubling visions intensify. The island's reality begins to fracture. He must navigate shifting truths and a conspiracy that feels terrifyingly real. Shutter Island weaves potent symbolism throughout its narrative. The recurring elements of fire and water mirror the protagonist's internal inferno and the turbulent sea isolating him. The towering lighthouse serves as the ultimate beacon of his quest. This masterful film keeps the audience on a knife's edge. It delivers a haunting exploration of trauma and the fragility of the human mind. Coming in at number 33, we have The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Sergio Leone crafts an operatic vision of the American Southwest during the Civil War. It follows a quiet loner, a ruthless hitman, and a Mexican bandit, all chasing the same buried fortune. Clint Eastwood delivers his iconic stoicism, while Lee Van Cleef brings chilling precision to the hunt. Eli Wallach steals scenes with his chaotic energy as Tuco. Ennio Morricone's score drives the tension as these 3 divergent souls collide in a deadly game of deception. With Tonino Delicalis' breathtaking cinematography, the desert becomes a character itself. This film stands as a towering achievement, blending moral ambiguity with visual poetry. It remains an essential touchstone for cinematic storytelling and one of the greatest films ever made. Coming in at number 32, we have American History X. This powerful drama examines the venom of ideology in Venice Beach. Edward Norton delivers a chilling performance as Derek, a former skinhead leader. Through a stark black and white past, we witness the roots of his violent descent. The story unfolds non-linearly as Derek returns from prison, a changed man. Edward Furlong portrays his younger brother Danny, who has followed Derek's destructive footsteps. Derek is now desperate to sever ties with his old gang and stop the cycle of hate before it consumes his family completely. Directed by Tony Kaye, this film serves as a visceral cautionary tale. It explores how racism is a learned behavior that destroys everything. Highlighting the devastating cost of violence, it argues that hate is ultimately a worthless burden. The film remains a haunting look at the possibility of redemption. Coming in at number 31, we have One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Director Milos Forman crafts a timeless examination of the human spirit. Jack Nicholson stars as Randall McMurphy, a rebellious soul who feigns insanity. He enters a mental ward expecting an easy sentence, but finds a world of rigid control. He immediately clashes with the formidable nurse Mildred Ratchet, played with chilling precision by Louise Fletcher. She maintains absolute order through subtle intimidation and rigid routine. Nicholson's character brings laughter and life to the ward, rallying the downtrodden men to reclaim their self-worth. This sets the stage for a gripping power struggle. The performances are nothing short of legendary. Brad Dourif delivers a deeply moving turn as the timid Billy Bibbit, while Scatman Crothers brings warmth as the orderly Turkle. Forman's direction ensures every moment feels raw and essential. The film stands as a stirring tribute to individuality over conformity, leaving an indelible mark on cinema. Coming in at number 30, we have Avengers Endgame. The universe lies in ruins following the Mad Titan's snap, leaving the remaining heroes in a state of profound grief. Mark Ruffalo and Chris Hemsworth portray the heavy toll of this failure perfectly. It is a somber exploration of a broken world grappling with immense loss, setting a heavy emotional stage for what is to come. Hope arrives when a plan involving the quantum realm offers a chance to set things right. Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans lead a desperate mission, venturing back through pivotal moments of their history. Scarlett Johansson and Jeremy Renner add crucial heart to this dangerous operation. This time heist is a thrilling journey into the past, risking everything to retrieve the Infinity Stones. Avengers Endgame stands as a monumental conclusion to a sprawling saga. It is a celebration of legacy, character, and the enduring bonds of the team. The film honors the sacrifices made by these heroes, solidifying their place in cinematic history as true icons of resilience. It perfectly encapsulates the themes of hope and rising again in the face of insurmountable odds. Coming in at number 29, we have Memento. Christopher Nolan constructs a psychological puzzle that challenges how we process information. It features a career-defining lead performance by Guy Pearce, whose desperate search for truth is complicated by an untreatable memory condition. This unique affliction traps him in a fleeting present. To navigate his investigation, the protagonist relies on an intricate system of tattoos and Polaroid snapshots. Guy Pearce navigates this chaos alongside Carrie-Anne Moss and Joe Pantoliano, whose deceptive presences heighten the tension. The film presents these events in a reverse structure, mirroring the protagonist's inability to retain new information. As a result, the audience is forced to piece together the narrative just as Leonard does, creating an immersive and intense experience. Memento remains a towering achievement in screenwriting and editing, showcasing Christopher Nolan at his most inventive. It is a timeless examination of how perceived reality. Coming in at number 28, we have Leon the Professional. This stylish thriller follows a solitary hitman living a disciplined life in New York City. Jean Reno delivers a stoic, gentle portrayal of the titular cleaner whose routine is shattered when he becomes the guardian of a young girl. Film evolves into a unique character study as Reno takes Natalie Portman under his wing. She seeks to learn his trade to avenge her family while the pair is pursued by a rogue DEA agent. Gary Oldman brings a terrifying operatic intensity to the role of the villain. With impeccable aesthetics and heart-pounding set pieces, the film remains a modern classic. It explores themes of found family and moral ambiguity with great depth. The dynamic between the leads is unforgettable, securing this film's status as a timeless masterpiece in the action genre. Coming in at number 27, we have The Wolf of Wall Street. Master filmmaker Martin Scorsese returns to deliver a high-voltage portrait of excess. Leonardo DiCaprio commands the screen as Jordan Belfort, a hungry New York stockbroker discovering the intoxicating power of Wall Street's dark arts. Led by DiCaprio and a manic Jonah Hill, this crew grabs the 60s mindset and cranks the volume to modern extremes. They build a financial empire fueled by money and chaos, riding a wave of manic energy where every impulse is indulged and every rule is treated as a suggestion. Scorsese crafts a kinetic experience that remains a masterclass in filmmaking energy. Anchored by DiCaprio and Margot Robbie, it showcases a corrupt world where survival means betrayal. This film stands as a definitive examination of greed, featuring performances that burn the house down. A true cinematic juggernaut. Coming in at number 26, we have Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Director James Cameron's sequel redefined the action genre, featuring groundbreaking visual effects and a relentless pace. The narrative pivots around the bond between young John Connor and a reprogrammed Arnold Schwarzenegger, creating a classic protector dynamic. The story introduces the liquid metal T-1000, a seemingly unstoppable assassin played by Robert Patrick. Linda Hamilton transforms into a hardened warrior, fiercely dedicated to protecting the future of humanity. Together, this unlikely family unit races against time to confront the architects of the looming nuclear threat. Beyond the spectacular action, the film is a profound meditation on humanity and choice. It argues that the future is not set, emphasizing that even a machine can learn the value of human existence. Its technical mastery and emotional weight secure its status as a true cinematic masterpiece. Coming in at number 25, we have Joker. This intense character study offers a haunting look at mental health and societal neglect within the gritty streets of Gotham. With a haunting score and a transformative performance from Joaquin Phoenix, the film sets a powerful, unsettling tone. Focusing on Arthur Fleck, the film depicts a man overlooked by society. Robert De Niro brings commanding energy as Murray Franklin, while the narrative explores the consequences of abandoning the vulnerable. It is a raw journey into a fractured psyche. Joker stands as a bold cinematic statement, sparking global conversation. The film remains a landmark of the genre, celebrated for its daring vision and artistry. Its exploration of isolation and chaos is both powerful and unforgettable. Coming in at number 24, we have Back to the Future. This quintessential adventure sends a teenager back to the 60s, accidentally disrupting his family's destiny. Michael J. Fox brings infectious energy to the role of Marty McFly, while Christopher Lloyd anchors the film as the eccentric Doc Brown, creating an unforgettable cinematic duo. Stranded in 1955, Marty must play matchmaker for his parents, who are currently more interested in other things. With the clock ticking, he navigates a world without modern technology. Crispin Glover and Leah Thompson deliver standout performances, adding heart and humor to this high-stakes temporal rescue mission. More than a time travel spectacle, this classic explores the idea of destiny versus self-determination. It shows that sometimes courage runs in the family. The film's electrifying pacing and clever script solidified its place as a landmark achievement in cinema history that continues to inspire generations. Coming in at number 23, we have The Departed. This gripping tale of loyalty and betrayal unfolds in the gritty underworld of South Boston. Director Martin Scorsese constructs a high-stakes drama where the lines between law and crime become dangerously blurred, setting the stage for a lethal game of cat and mouse. The conflict centers on a dangerous exchange of identities. Jack Nicholson commands the screen as the volatile mob boss, while Leonardo DiCaprio works undercover in his crew, losing himself in the pressure. Simultaneously, Matt Damon rises through the police ranks as the mob's mole, creating a web of paranoia where trust is a fatal weakness. This film stands as a towering achievement in the crime genre, driven by powerhouse performances from its ensemble cast. The psychological cost of living a lie is laid bare with brutal honesty. It remains a masterclass in suspense and a definitive statement on the corrupting influence of institutional power and deception. Coming in at number 22, we have The Prestige. Directed by Christopher Nolan, this cinematic puzzle unfolds in Victorian-era London. It chronicles the obsessive rivalry between two master illusionists, played by Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. Their competition for the ultimate trick consumes them, driving a narrative where every detail demands your full attention. The film weaves a complex tapestry of deceit and sacrifice. Hugh Jackman delivers a desperate intensity as Angier, while Christian Bale offers a stoic, secretive turn as Borden. Michael Caine grounds the spectacle with wisdom as the cutter. They pursue the impossible, blurring the lines between reality and illusion in a dangerous game. Nolan's non-linear storytelling keeps the mystery alive, revealing layers of deception with every turn. The cast, including Scarlett Johansson, elevates the thriller into a haunting exploration of art and ego. It is a brilliant reminder of the cost of greatness. This is a masterwork that demands to be seen. Coming in at number 21, we have 12 Angry Men. This masterpiece concentrates the tension into a single jury room. 12 men must decide the fate of a young defendant. The director Sidney Lumet turns a hot room into a battleground of wills and morality. The sheer intensity is legendary. Initially, the vote is 11-1 for conviction. Henry Fonda stands alone as the dissenting voice, daring to demand a real deliberation. The ensemble cast, including a volatile Lee J. Cobb, exposes deep personal prejudices. As tempers flare, the methodical deconstruction of the evidence begins. 12 Angry Men remains a definitive study of the justice system. It showcases how reasonable doubt can alter destinies. The performances are raw and unforgettable, serving as a masterclass in acting. It proves that truth requires courage and that a single voice can challenge a unanimous rush to judgment. Coming in at number 20, we have Goodfellas. Director Martin Scorsese takes us into the criminal underworld through the eyes of Henry Hill, played with electric intensity by Ray Liotta. He shows us why the life is so seductive, offering a glimpse into the glamour and danger that defined the pursuit of power. Guided by the cool authority of Robert De Niro and the volatile unpredictability of Joe Pesci, Henry rises through the ranks of the mafia. Scorsese captures this ascent with kinetic energy, immersing the audience in a world of loyalty, betrayal, and high stakes where the line between friend and enemy is razor-thin. From the legendary Copacabana tracking shot to the tense climactic sequence, the craft on display remains unmatched. The film's fast-paced editing and iconic soundtrack defined a new standard for the crime genre, creating a visceral portrait of a life built on ambition and fear that continues to influence cinema today. Coming in at number 19, we have Inglourious Basterds. Director Quentin Tarantino rewrites the history books with this blistering tale of resistance set in the 40s. In Nazi-occupied France, Brad Pitt leads a team of Jewish American soldiers tasked with spreading fear through the Third Reich, hunting high-value targets with ruthless efficiency. The narrative weaves around two distinct plots of vengeance. Pitt's Lieutenant Aldo Raine leads the brutal assaults, while Melanie Laurent portrays Shoshana, a Jewish cinema owner with a plan of her own. Meanwhile, Christoph Waltz commands the screen as the terrifying Colonel Hans Landa, creating a tense web of intersecting destinies. This film stands as a testament to the power of cinema to challenge the past. It blends gritty war action with sharp dialogue, creating a genre all its own. The performances are unforgettable, ensuring this revenge fantasy remains a bold, essential entry in modern filmmaking. Coming in at number 18, we have The Green Mile. Set on death row in a southern prison, this epic tale explores humanity and faith. Tom Hanks leads the guard detail, where a gentle giant named John Coffey, portrayed by Michael Clarke Duncan, arrives with a mysterious presence. Paul Edgecombe soon discovers Coffey possesses a miraculous ability to heal. This power challenges the guard's beliefs, especially when Michael Jeter's character finds an unlikely friend. Amidst the tension with antagonist Percy Wetmore, the block becomes a place of wonder and deep compassion. A powerful meditation on justice and the supernatural, the film resonates through the performances of James Cromwell and David Morse. It remains a profound experience, echoing the tagline that Paul Edgecombe didn't believe in miracles until he met one. This is a story of hope. Coming in at number 17, we have The Empire Strikes Back. This middle chapter defines the epic saga as the Rebel Alliance faces the full might of the Galactic Empire. Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker journeys to Dagobah, seeking the wisdom of the legendary Master Yoda to unlock his true potential. The pace never lets up as the Dark Lord, portrayed with menace by David Prowse, hunts the rebels relentlessly. Han Solo and Princess Leia, played by Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher, are forced into a desperate escape. They navigate treacherous space battles while Luke confronts dangerous trials that push him to his limits. The film explores the complexity of the light and dark, showing that courage is forged in the face of overwhelming odds. It delivers a mature story about perseverance and growth. This chapter remains a masterpiece of cinema, blending stunning visuals with a powerful narrative about the resilience of the human spirit. Coming in at number 16, we have Saving Private Ryan. Director Steven Spielberg opens with a visceral depiction of the D-Day invasion that sets an unrelenting pace. Amidst the chaos, a unique mission is formed. Tom Hanks anchors the film as Captain Miller, leading a weary squad tasked with locating one missing paratrooper. The narrative follows Captain Miller and his men, including Tom Sizemore and Edward Burns, as they penetrate hostile territory. They face perilous encounters that test their resolve and brotherhood. The journey highlights the human cost of conflict, contrasting the brutality of the battlefield with the delicate objective of bringing a single soldier back to safety. Spielberg crafts a timeless study of duty, leadership, and sacrifice. The film remains a monumental achievement, revered for its technical mastery and emotional depth. It stands as a definitive examination of combat and the heavy burdens carried by those selected to fight, securing its legacy as a masterwork of cinema. Coming in at number 15, we have The Silence of the Lambs. This psychological masterpiece follows FBI trainee Clarice Starling. She possesses a brilliant mind, yet she must prove herself to the formidable Jack Crawford. Her assignment is daunting to interview the incarcerated Dr. Hannibal Lecter. Anthony Hopkins brings terrifying intellect to the role of the cannibalistic psychiatrist, while Jodie Foster matches his intensity with raw vulnerability. It is a high-stakes exchange of wits. The film creates a chilling atmosphere where a new serial killer known as Buffalo Bill is on the loose. Clarice seeks Lecter's unique profiling skills to locate this predator before another victim is claimed. To enter the mind of a killer, she must challenge the mind of a madman. This dangerous psychological game drives the narrative forward, relying on an intense exchange of information between two brilliant minds. Director Jonathan Demme crafts a tense cinematic journey that stands the test of time. It achieved a rare and historic sweep at the Academy Awards, winning the top 5 honors. This achievement remains a singular moment in film history. The performances are etched into cinematic history, creating a standard for the genre. It remains a terrifying exploration of the darkness that hides within the human psyche. Coming in at number 14, we have Gladiator. Under the masterful direction of Ridley Scott, this film breathes new life into the historical epic. It tells the tale of a revered Roman general, Maximus, played by a commanding Russell Crowe. His world is shattered by the scheming new emperor Commodus, brought to life by a chilling Joaquin Phoenix. What follows is a stunning journey of betrayal that casts our hero from the heights of power into the brutal depths of the arena. Exiled and enslaved, Maximus finds a new purpose as a gladiator. Guided by the wisdom of the former champion Proximo, he learns that the crowd holds the key to his fate. With every swing of his sword, he earns their roar, channeling his grief into legendary combat. He clashes with loyal allies and formidable rivals, all while the Empire watches. Every victory brings him one step closer to confronting the man who took everything from him. Gladiator is a flawless display of visual storytelling and raw emotion. Russell Crowe delivers a career-defining performance that anchors the entire production. The powerful cast, including Connie Nielsen and Oliver Reed, creates a world that feels utterly real. Its message that what we do in life echoes in eternity has resonated for decades. This film stands as a towering achievement that redefined the sword and sandal genre for a modern audience. Coming in at number 13, we have Django Unchained. Quentin Tarantino delivers a blaxploitation masterpiece set in the Deep South. Jamie Foxx stars as the titular freedman, finding an unlikely ally in bounty hunter Dr. King Schultz, played with charismatic brilliance by Christoph Waltz. Their mission is a dangerous rescue, targeting the infamous Candyland plantation. The formidable Leonardo DiCaprio portrays the cruel Calvin Candy, while Kerry Washington brings heart as Broomhilda. Samuel L. Jackson anchors the estate with a memorable supporting turn. This film rewrites history with bullets and bravado, blending brutal violence with sharp humor. It stands as a bold, stylized exploration of vengeance and freedom, a truly unforgettable entry in the director's catalog that continues to spark conversation and praise. Coming in at number 12, we have Se7en, directed by the master of suspense, David Fincher. This film plunges us into a nameless, rain-soaked metropolis. It pairs a weary veteran, Morgan Freeman, with an eager rookie, Brad Pitt. Their beat is the darkest corner of the human condition. The pair hunt a methodical killer whose work is a twisted sermon on the 7 deadly sins. Morgan Freeman brings intellectual gravity to the investigation, while Brad Pitt delivers raw, impulsive energy. They move from one gruesome tableau to the next, trying to understand a mind that sees apathy as the ultimate crime. Fincher's vision is a masterclass in atmosphere, creating a world that feels utterly saturated with moral decay. The performances are flawless, anchoring a story that redefined the psychological thriller. Its bleak brilliance and haunting conclusion left an indelible mark on the genre and continue to resonate. Coming in at number 11, we have Schindler's List. This masterwork from Steven Spielberg is a stark black-and-white journey into the darkness of the 40s. It introduces us to the enigmatic industrialist Oskar Schindler, a man driven by profit yet destined for something far greater. We witness a world descending into madness. As the Nazi grip tightens, Schindler witnesses the atrocities inflicted upon the Jewish population of Krakow. Moved by what he sees, he uses his factory and fortune as a shield. He enlists the brilliant Ejok Stern, played by Ben Kingsley, to help him compile a list of workers. This list becomes their only chance for survival. The film delivers a profound look at humanity in the face of absolute horror. Through the powerful performances of Liam Neeson and the menacing presence of Ralph Fiennes, we see the stark contrast between good and evil. It is a testament to how one person can make a monumental difference against overwhelming darkness. Coming in at number 10, we have The Matrix. This film redefined science fiction with its cyberpunk aesthetic and philosophical depth. It follows Thomas Anderson, a computer hacker portrayed by Keanu Reeves, who discovers his reality is a digital construct. Guided by Lawrence Fishburne's commanding Morpheus, he begins to question the very nature of his existence. The narrative excels in its groundbreaking action sequences, combining martial arts with innovative slow-motion effects. Carrie-Anne Moss delivers a fierce performance as Trinity, matching the raw energy of the film's central conflict. We witness Neo training to manipulate the rules of this simulated world, preparing for a confrontation against the cold, relentless authority of Agent Smith, played with menace by Hugo Weaving. This work remains a timeless commentary on the dangers of unchecked technology and the loss of human autonomy. It stands as a milestone in cinematic history, blending philosophical themes with visceral entertainment. The central message regarding the resilience of the human spirit continues to resonate, securing its place as a definitive masterpiece of the genre. Coming in at number 9, we have Interstellar. Christopher Nolan delivers an epic journey beyond our solar system. The Earth is dying, and humanity searches for a new home among the stars. This is a visual masterwork of science and emotion. Matthew McConaughey leads the cast as a daring pilot. He joins Anne Hathaway and Michael Caine on a desperate mission through a newly discovered wormhole. The crew faces impossible choices on distant worlds. Time becomes a fragile resource. Jessica Chastain and Casey Affleck provide the emotional anchor back on Earth. The film combines scientific theory with a deep look at human connection. Nolan creates a universe where survival depends on exploration. It remains a monumental achievement in cinema. Coming in at number 8, we have The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. This monumental conclusion to a beloved trilogy sets the stage for absolute war. Peter Jackson directs a sprawling narrative where the eye of the enemy is moving, and the stakes could not be higher. The Fellowship is broken but determined, facing an encroaching darkness that threatens to consume every corner of Middle-earth. While the world holds its breath, destiny falls upon the smallest of shoulders. Viggo Mortensen fully embraces his role as Aragorn, stepping up to lead the armies of men against insurmountable odds. Simultaneously, Elijah Wood and Sean Astin navigate the treacherous landscape of Mordor, guided by the complex and tragic figure of Gollum, brought to life by Andy Serkis. Every step forward demands a heavy toll. The film is a testament to endurance, weaving together breathtaking battles with intimate struggles of the spirit. Ian McKellen guides the forces of light, representing the steadfast flicker of hope against overwhelming odds. The result is a narrative of immense sacrifice and valor, proving that even in the darkest hour, friendship remains the ultimate weapon. It stands as a masterwork of cinematic storytelling. Coming in at number 7, we have Pulp Fiction, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. This masterpiece changed independent cinema forever. It blends dark humor with stylish violence, featuring John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson. Their chemistry is electric, delivering sharp dialogue that has become legendary. The narrative jumps back and forth, weaving together stories of hitmen, a boxer, and a mob boss wife. Bruce Willis carries the weight of a desperate choice, while Uma Thurman lights up the screen. Every scene feels like a self-contained universe colliding in unexpected ways. Winner of the Palme d'Or, the film remains a towering achievement. Its impact on pop culture is undeniable, influencing countless films that followed, a true work of pulp art that demands attention. Coming in at number 6, we have Forrest Gump, directed by Robert Zemeckis. This film introduces us to a man living a truly charmed existence. The story follows his extraordinary journey as he recounts his life to strangers at a bus stop. He becomes a football star, a war hero, and a ping pong champion. Throughout his adventures, his heart belongs to his childhood friend Jenny Curran. Robin Wright portrays this complex character, and their connection forms the emotional core. Coming in at number 5, we have Fight Club. Director David Fincher crafts a stylish dissection of modern discontent. Edward Norton plays an insomniac automobile recall specialist trapped in a cycle of consumerism. Together, Norton and Pitt establish an underground society dedicated to primal release. This secret gathering quickly evolves into an anti-corporate crusade called Project Mayhem. Helena Bonham Carter provides a gritty anchor. The film remains a defining psychological thriller of the late 20th century. It offers a sharp satire on the hollowness of material life. Fincher delivers a visual masterpiece that challenges the viewer. Coming in at number 4, we have The Godfather. Francis Ford Coppola directs this cinematic masterpiece about the Corleone family. Marlon Brando delivers a legendary performance as the patriarch, while a young Al Pacino transforms from outsider to key player. The film explores the intricate dynamics of power and loyalty within an organized crime dynasty. Spanning a decade of shifting allegiances, the narrative centers on Michael Corleone's unexpected rise. With James Coogan as the volatile Sonny and Robert Duvall as the calm consigliere, the family business is a dangerous affair. When a brazen attempt is made on Don Vito's life, Michael steps up to orchestrate a campaign of bloody revenge. The Godfather remains an unmatched achievement in cinema history. Its unforgettable dialogue and operatic scope create a world that is both brutal and compelling. Featuring Diane Keaton and a stunning supporting cast, the film cements its legacy as the definitive tale of ambition and family. An offer you cannot refuse. Coming in at number 3, we have Inception, directed by Christopher Nolan. This masterpiece challenges reality itself. It follows corporate thief Dom Cobb, played by a brooding Leonardo DiCaprio. He specializes in stealing secrets from the subconscious through shared dreams. But his latest mission demands the impossible. He must plant an idea instead of stealing one. A mental heist that risks everything. Cobb assembles a brilliant crew to navigate the mine's defenses. The formidable Joseph Gordon-Levitt handles the complex logistics, while the versatile Tom Hardy provides crucial insights. Elliot Page designs the intricate architecture of the dream worlds. Together, they construct layers of reality to reach the target. A sleeping heir played by Cillian Murphy. The deeper they go, the more the line between the dream state and the waking world blurs. Inception is a grand symphony of visuals and sound, driven by Hans Zimmer's iconic score. Nolan weaves a complex narrative that demands the audience's full attention. It stands as a monumental achievement in modern cinema, blending heart-pounding action with psychological depth. This film demands your full attention, rewarding viewers with an experience that resonates long after the final frame. Coming in at number 2, we have The Dark Knight. Director Christopher Nolan returns to Gotham with a gritty, relentless vision. Christian Bale embodies the dual nature of the vigilante, navigating a city where moral lines are constantly blurred by a terrifying new breed of criminal. This is a high watermark for the genre. Here, the partnership between Batman, Lieutenant Gordon, and District Attorney Harvey Dent faces its greatest trial. Heath Ledger delivers a defining performance as the Joker, a mastermind intent on unraveling the city's soul. He targets the hero's resolve, testing the limits of their crusade against the underworld. The film explores the heavy burden of heroism and the choices made in the shadows. It questions how far one goes before becoming the villain. With an enduring legacy, this chapter stands as a monumental achievement. It remains a story of sacrifice and the enduring cost of order. Before we get to our number 1 pick, we have a few films that just missed the cut but are more than worthy of an honorable mention. Our first honorable mention is Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Stanley Kubrick's 1964 masterpiece turns the Cold War's existential dread into razor-sharp satire, exposing the absurdity of nuclear brinkmanship with chilling precision. Peter Sellers delivers a tour de force in triple roles, while George C. Scott's hilariously unhinged General Buck Turgidson epitomizes military-industrial folly. The film's claustrophobic war room becomes a theater of the absurd, where logic dissolves and humanity teeters on the brink of annihilation. Its legacy endures not just as a cautionary tale, but as a stark reminder that the architecture of destruction is built on human error and hubris. Our second honorable mention is Green Book, a film that revived the road trip genre by navigating the deep currents of a nation grappling with its own reflection. In a pivotal era for American social dynamics, it presents a portrait of an unlikely friendship, built not on shared origins, but on a mutual journey through a segregated landscape. We witness the raw elegance of the Dr. Don Shirley, a virtuoso whose profound talent is restricted by the color of his skin, and the boisterous yet transformative world of his driver, Tony Vallelonga. The narrative unfolds through a collision of worlds, where jazz-infused nights and roadside bigotry forge a bond of genuine respect, a tribute to the human connections that can blossom in the unlikeliest of circumstances, serving as a bridge across the deepest of divides. Our third honorable mention is Slumdog Millionaire. Danny Boyle's modern classic follows Jamal Malik, an unassuming chaiwala from the Dharavi slums, as he defies all odds on Indius, who wants to be a millionaire. His incredible journey through the grimmest of circumstances is fueled by a deep-seated devotion. It is a story that posits memory itself as the ultimate currency, where every brutal memory holds a clue that no amount of wealth can purchase. This film masterfully transforms the harsh realities of Mumbai's underclass into a vibrant, pulsating fable about destiny, resilience, and the unbreakable power of love. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Coming in at number 1, we have The Shawshank Redemption. Under the guidance of director Frank Darabont, this timeless masterpiece explores the human spirit. It follows an innocent banker, portrayed with quiet intensity by Tim Robbins, as he enters the brutal confines of Shawshank Prison. He meets a lifer known as Red, played by the legendary Morgan Freeman, setting the stage for an unforgettable story of endurance. Within these walls, the film navigates the corruption of authority, embodied by Warden Norton, yet it focuses on the bond between inmates. Freeman and Robbins share a chemistry that grounds the narrative. Through decades of institutional gray, their friendship becomes a beacon. The story builds a quiet tension, relying on masterful storytelling rather than explosive action, keeping the audience captivated by every subtle development. This is a story where hope is the ultimate currency. It stands as a towering achievement in cinema, a film that demands multiple viewings to catch every nuance. The direction, the score, and the performances combine for pure perfection. It earns its undisputed spot as our number 1 film, a cinematic event that proves the human will is indeed indomitable. From the golden age to modern masterpieces, our journey through the ultimate cinematic canon is complete. Did we leave out any of your personal favorites? The comment section is now open for your must-watch titles. Help shape the definitive list. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell at ground zero so you never miss our next deep dive. Your voice matters here, and the conversation is just beginning.